Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy August 21st to you. How's everybody doing? Got my news reporter thing here. I just like doing that. Okay. Just make myself look silly for a while. Anyway, I am about half punch drunk. I am so sleepy right now. So bear with me. Yeah, running on just a couple hours sleep for the last few days. So yeah, just acting, or my brain is a little fried. So how's everybody doing? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday night, time for the live stream. Kirk C, good to see you. Terry Bradshaw. Todd Bone already saying Lima Charlie to me. Thank you for that. Chad Douglas, good to see you. Jeff Spear, Captain Crow, Josh Axe. How's it going to you, Josh? Good to see you, man. Kevin, Luke Gehring. All right, good to see everybody. I started a little early tonight, so I apologize for that, but I figured we'd get this thing running so everybody can go and enjoy the rest of their Sunday. Let me, yeah, I got the chat going now here on the computer so I can see it a little bit better. Hey, I got a poll going on. If you'd like to check out the poll, scroll up to the top, I believe. Man, look at all the people jumping in here. Yeah, scroll up to the top. I got a poll going on if you want to make a vote. The four options are, what are your biggest fish for the year? Over 15, over 20, over 25, or over 30. Let's see how the numbers are looking right now. It is, oh, we only have, well, we got 42 votes. Over 25 pounds is leading with 36%. 14% of the votes have caught over 30 pounds. Very nice. And then 32 and 23 respectively as you trail on down. So take a sec, go up there, throw your vote into that poll. I'd like to see how that thing comes out. I'll circle back at the end of the night and check that out and see what the numbers are. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. See how everybody's doing. Now we're kind of tied there at 20 and 25 pounds. But yeah, tons of big fish. If you saw the thumbnail for this video, that picture was taken just this morning on this morning's charter. We had 15 fish, a nice three-person limit. That was a nice day of fishing. We had one little one that we decided to throw back. So yeah, it went really well, but it hasn't been that way every day. We'll talk about that more here in a few minutes after we take care of a few housekeeping things. I also like to catch up on the comments. Gary Davey throwing me a whole bunch of thumbs up. Gary, thank you for that. As I always say, the thumbs up do help the channel. Those all fit into the YouTube algorithm in some way. Don't ask me how, but it all computes it out some way and spits it out. And the more thumbs up we get on here, the more likes, the more shares, the more comments, the more everything, the more YouTube puts it out to a bigger audience. Well, that helps the channel. I mean, it's that simple. It's just like advertising. The more people you reach, the bigger or the more you grow. So, Phil Sitar also throwing me, oh man, look at all the thumbs up coming in now. Thank you, everybody. I do appreciate that. I'm not going to say smash that like button because that's just one of my pet peeves on YouTube these days. It seems like everybody has their little catchphrase to say in some way smash that like button or hit that like button, or I'm not going to even try that. Anyway, oh man, tons of thumbs up coming in. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much for all of that. Steve Eddy's here. Jim Dabrowski's here. Victor Kobian's here. Richard Peters is here. Tim Conklin is here. Steve Steele saying looking a little red today. Yeah, I probably am a little red today. You stand in the sun on the back of the boat for 4 or 5 days straight, you're gonna get a little cooked. That's for sure. Anyway, it's August. It's late August. I cannot believe how the time has flown by this season. It seems like I was just putting the boat in the water yesterday, and now we're just wrapping up the season. Really, I mean, we really just got maybe a month more, or maybe a little longer, before we're going to put the boats away and go climb up in the trees or do whatever it is that you do in the fall. Well, man, what a great season it's been. So let's do this. A couple things I wanted to mention. Next weekend, I am at the end of the year, like probably mid-September, I'm going to do a season wrap-up like I did last year. I will go over my best baits for the year, my best spoons, my best rotators, my best flies, best plugs, best everything, best meat rigs, just like I did last year. I'll also wrap up my thoughts on the 2022 season, what I thought about the fish, the size, the quantity, and what I'm looking forward to for 2023. And but next week, yeah, that'll come in September. But next week we're gonna do the end of the season wrap up on my flooring on the boat. I promised everybody that I'd run that stuff marine mat all the way through the season. And at the end of the year, I would show you the flooring, show you any of the wear and tear, give you my final thoughts on it, whether it's worth it, not worth it, pros, cons. Let me tell you, the pros are way up here. The cons are basically non-existent. So if that gives you a little a precursor to what I'm going to talk about. But we'll go over all that next week, and I'll show you the flooring. I'll show you what it looks like now, and I'll answer any questions that you might have on it. So that'll be coming next Sunday live on the boat. All right, I'm going to check the poll again. See where we're at on the numbers. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, if you scroll up above, there's a poll going on. There are 4 questions. We have 86 votes right now. Your biggest fish of the year was over 15, over 20, over 25, or over 30. If you take a second and put your answer in on that poll, that would be much appreciated. All right. Just like that, a whole bunch of numbers jumping in. All right, what am I missing here on the chat? Frank7110 wanted to know, am I out of Ludington? No, I'm out of Manistee, just north of Ludington. Doesn't mean I haven't been fishing Ludington, and we'll talk about that lately. If you were in Ludington, more than likely you saw my boat down there in the last few days. I'm sorry to hear that, Zach Schultz, about the cleaning station in Manistee. That's unfortunate. Sounds like maybe they need to get somebody down there to keep an eye on the place. All right. Cool. Steve Steele saying best fishing season ever for me. No, don't give me the credit, Steve. Nice of you to say that. You want to give me some credit, but don't. If you guys haven't heard me say this before, I'll say it again. Anybody can do this fishing. Anybody can. It takes time, and it takes some experience, and it takes some screwing up. Not necessarily in any of those order, but you can do this fishing. Just like you can ride a bike. You can go out there and you can catch these fish. Takes a little bit of, takes a little knowledge, takes a little gear, takes a little luck, takes a little experience. Take all those things, wrap them all up, you'll go catch fish. So don't be afraid of doing this thing. Anybody can do this. Troy Allen Outdoors, 29.5 out of Ludington the other day. Congratulations, that's a nice fish. Oh, 3 over 25 this year. Still have not found the elusive 30-pounder from Red's 26. Keep going at it. You'll find it. So our best fish of the year so far was just over 31, and we've had 2 other in the 30-pound range. So there's big ones out there. We had a 27 again today. Man, I got to tell you, there's certain charters that I run that I remember, and I'm going to remember today's charter. Not for the fish, not for the weather, not for the way the boat ran or anything like that. I'm going to remember it for this one gentleman. Well, really the whole group was great, but the one gentleman I had on the boat today was 90 years old, came from the Mesic area, came over to fish with me with some of his family. Super nice guy. I mean, super respectful, very intelligent, very energetic, maybe a little slower in his older years. But I tell you what, that guy, he sat down and we told stories back and forth about the places that he had fished, the places that I had fished, the places that we have been. Just absolutely wonderful time. I'll remember this day for that reason, for that guy right there. But he went 5 for 5 today on his fish. We ended up boating 15 fish. I think we had 22 bites. But all 5 of his fish, he brought in like a champ, and that was one of those was that 27-pounder, and he sat right there on my back seat and didn't utter a single ounce of discomfort. He just battled those things in, and boy did he have a great day. Huge smile on his face, put a huge smile on my face. That's what it's all about. All right, so yeah, great. I'm sorry I went off on a sidetrack there, but that was just a great day. Had a lot of fun with those people. Paul McCullough or Machula, I'm not so sure how you say that, Paul. Hi back to you. Good to see you. Roy L. Fuchs, you were stalking me this weekend. That is illegal. Please don't do that. And more thumbs up coming in. Okay, let's, how many people we got on? 191, just like that. Way up. Let's do this. I'm happy to be back on Sunday night, by the way. For the last couple of weeks, I had to jump around due to charter trips, and it's tough to do this show in any depth when I'm running the boat, setting lines, netting fish, talking to people. So I apologize for any inconvenience to anyone. I'm happy to be back on Sundays. But you know what? Coming up down the pipe, maybe in a few months, I might flip this whole thing around to a Thursday night thing, so you're getting all the information prior to the weekend. If that's something you guys would like better than a Sunday, Sundays are nice because we can all sit down. We don't, we're not working today. You know what I mean? We can all sit down and enjoy a little time. But if you'd rather have them on Thursdays before that weekend, that might be something that I can arrange here coming up maybe sometime in the winter. Anyway, if that's something you're interested in, throw in the comments. I'll take a look at it and see what everybody's thought is on the matter. All right. MPA. Been fishing the big lake for 25 plus years and still screw up. I screw up every day too. Every day. If you don't have tangles, you're either lying or you're not fishing it enough. You're gonna have tangles. You're gonna have things screwed up. Yep, without a doubt. All right. Okay, fishing report out of Manistee. All right, Todd, got you. Fishing report out of Manistee. I'm gonna throw this out with the caveat that this is all likely going to change because we do have some north wind coming in over the next couple of days. A couple pretty stiff north winds, and we all know what happens on north winds in mid to late August. The fish head towards the pier heads. I know we've already had some fish run up the river. That's confirmed, but there's still plenty of big ones out in the lake right now. But understand that north wind comes, especially if we get a cold rain. If we get a cold rain with that north wind, they're going to shoot that river hard. And we're going to be pier head fishing, or at least out front fishing. Just understand those things. I'm going to give you the report for what has been working for me, though, over the last 4 or 5 days. But again, keep it in the back of the mind, though, as the wind changes, a lot of this is going to change, but I'm happy to give you the information that I do have right now. All right? All right. We have been running all over the place, to put it frankly. 2 days ago, we were down in Ludington. 3 days ago, I was up by Onekama. Today, I was back up by Onekama. 4 days ago, I was out front. 5 days ago, I was halfway down to Ludington. We've been all over the place because the fish have been all over the place. There's a lot of bait out there, and they're chasing a lot of that food around. Water temps have been mixing around quite a lot also. A ton of water moving around. So they've been looking for stable water. At the same time, they're looking for food. But those big mature kings, as we get into this time of the year, those big mature kings, they start shutting down on the eating. They're not looking for bait so much anymore as looking for water temps. So if you find good bait, which we did find down by Ludington 2 days ago. Great pods of bait down there. We found a ton of coho down there chasing that bait around. So keep that in mind. If you got bait around, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have fish around it. But as that water cools down, those big fish are going to start thinking about shooting those rivers. They're going to be looking for that more. They're going to be looking for that colder water. The big fish are anyway. But there's still plenty of big fish out there. So down by the point, like I said a couple days ago, we fished all the way down. I'd say into the ones almost. Most of the fish seem to be sitting on the north side of the point. I'm talking about Big Point Sauble with a big black and white lighthouse right there. Most of the fish that we found were sitting on that northern edge in anywhere from really 80 feet of water out to 150 foot of water. All sitting right around there. North and south trolls were both good. Speed was a little more critical. I had to crank up the speed to almost, it was like 2.8 to 3.0 at the ball. To get those fish to really want to go. Cohos were just jumping on the stuff down there at those higher speeds. What I found was all the cohos were coming on flash or fly. Divers were going off. High divers back 190 to 200. Low divers back 130 to 160. Both with flasher and fly on them were just smoking with those cohos going off at that speed. My best flashers down there was by far the new chrome two-face paddle from Dreamweaver with a KRW Julie Bird fly behind it, or a KRW Riverside fly behind it, or that new blue stud paddle from Dreamweaver also. That thing with the same flies behind it. Pickled Sunshine, KRW Riverside, Julie Bird, the big A fly, also a KRW. All of those were just going off on the coho down there. Excuse me. Those two paddles by far were good. Still had bites though on the double slick. I found that my 10-inch double slick, well, the white double pearl, was outperforming my 8-inch by far. Lengthened out the leader on my 10-inch a little more with a couple pickled sunshine flies. That thing was going off. Also, what else did I have written down? I want to make sure that I had a lot of this written down. The big beck hold, the big 11-inch beck hold flasher on my shoot rigger was going several times. Also, I'm still using that slick on one side with a Mountain Dew over blue on the other side. I believe I showed that off in last week's video. If you didn't see it, just flip back there. You'll check it out. That thing's been going as well. But like I said, cohos were all coming on my flasher and fly at those higher speeds. So as I trolled past the point going south, when I came back around trolling north, I slowed it down. And then my 300 coppers, my 225s, my 10 colors, my 7 color, I'm trying to think what else. Those were all going off. And those were going off on kings coming back the other way. My speed was like 2.2 to 2.4 then. And A-bomb was up to its nasty ways down there. That mag A-bomb and the standard A-bomb on a 300 copper was just ripping. We had several rips one night on that thing. So if you don't have that A-bomb, try to get your hands on a couple of the mags. Those things were just going off. Trying to think what else was really working down that way. We trolled, like I said, we trolled back towards Manistee. Had a couple more bites on the long lines. Again, most of those spoons were going pretty well. The fuzzy bears are still working. And they're going to continue to work, I have no doubt. That half green jeans and that half blue jeans, but especially that fuzzy bear orange slice has just been ripping for us over the last couple of days as well. Kings and cohos. Don't overlook orange this time of the year in your spread, especially for spoons. Those coho are out there right now. They will vacuum those things up. Really, really, really good color for this time of the year. Excuse me. So that was the point, over the last few days. But today we rolled back towards Onekama. We started mid-17s. And again, if you don't know what I mean by any of this jargon that I'm talking about, these numbers, the verbiage that I'm using, look on this channel. I actually have a video on here called Salmon Jargon Explained. It will explain. You can go in there and take notes all you want. It'll help you out with any of the, if I'm confusing you, it'll help you out. So I think we started in about 17s and 140-ish, trolled north all the way up to Onekama. Right this morning, as soon as we sat down, as soon as we had lines in the water, we had 5 fish on. Boom, 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 boom. Almost had 6 on. We just landed one and another one hit. So it was almost a 6-pack. Downriggers, one at 50, one at 65. And the center downrigger down at 77. All of them were going. All with glow spoons this morning. The moonshine the green goby, the standard size green goby, that thing went several times today this morning on one of the out and downs. On my downrigger, I had, give me a moment. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm seeing so many spoons in my head right now. The Mongolian beef. The Mongolian beef was also going. So both downriggers were going, like I said, the 50 range, the mid 60 range, and another one down deeper than that. Those were all going. My 10 color went several times, and that had the fuzzy bear orange slice on it. The divers were all ripping as well. The two-face again, and what did Tim have on his side? Tim, if you're watching, I apologize. I'm going to forget. My side was the two-face on the high diver. Low diver was a bit the double slick again with a pickled sunshine. The two-face also had a Julie bird fly on it. High diver was 200. Low diver was 125. Those were going. I can't remember what my first mate had on his side, but I know he was in the same range, and his divers were going off as well. But like I said, that 10 color went several times. 7 color went also. All spoons. All spoons. I ran a plug, I think, for maybe all of 20 minutes and took it off. It's been all spoons right now for whatever reason. Somebody didn't send out the memo to all the kings and the coho out there or whatever that they should be biting plugs. It's been all spoons, standard and mags. So, and speaking of coho, going coho, that's my new term, or my new phrase, by the way, coho, going coho. We had several coming to the back of the boat today. Oh my gosh, I forgot what coho do to the back of the boat until it's late August. and one of those coho just goes off at the back of the boat and wants to find every line that it can and tangle itself not only up in your lines, and after you net it, tangle all those lines up in your net. Several of them went very coho today at the back of the boat. But man, what a good time. What an absolute good time. Excuse me. Some funny comments coming in. Trying to think what else we were running up that way. Speed was more towards my normal speeds, maybe on the higher range though. 2.4 to 2.7 seemed to be working for me pretty good today, both north and south. So sorry, I'll grab a drink of water. So maybe a little higher than my averages, but north and south troll was going pretty good. Here, and I said this already. Here's the throwback. All this information could quickly change tomorrow, and it very well could. With that north wind coming in, we easily could be fishing the pier heads within a half a day. We marked a couple fish coming in around the pier heads. We were off the lake we were coming in by 9:30 with their limit. I did mark some fish around the pier heads, nothing really hot and heavy. But with that north wind coming, I mean, it could all change in just a day. So just keep that all in mind. I'm giving you all the information that I can because that's what I have presently. But keep it in the back of your mind. We might be switching this thing around very, very quickly. We also got some beautiful steelhead today. Nothing on high lines. We were running a 5-color for a while, but we got them on. Jay Fogarty, you are a very nice man. That super chat is extremely generous, Jay. Thank you very much, my friend. That really does help the channel. Thanks, Jay. Good to fish with you also this year. And I can't wait to see you again next year, too, when you rebooked. Excuse me. Sorry about that. What the heck was it? Oh, steelhead. Nothing on the high lines for steelhead. They all came on. One came on the Beck hole down at 77. One came on a 225 copper. One came on a, I forget, they were all long lines, so they were all deeper long lines. Nothing came on those high lines. MPA, I thought of that right when I said that, going coho. I thought I need to make a shirt that says that, and then you pop a comment in there saying that. I just snorted, Roy. Yes, I definitely did. Hey, everybody, if you take a second, thank Jay Fogarty for me. That's a really generous super chat right there to help the channel out. Very, very nice of him. He's a super nice guy, too. I enjoyed fishing with him this last summer on the charter. Really racking my brain here, try to give you more information, but really that's it in a nutshell. Just get out there and go for it. Tons of fish out there. You're going to find them, I think, all the way down to the point, all the way up to Manistee, and then all the way up to Onekama. You're going to find them all throughout those ranges. Work that 120, work 100 out to 150. See what you find through there. If you don't find them in there and we do get some north wind, don't be afraid to scoot into some of that skinnier water. 60 to 80 feet can be really good also. So don't overlook that as well. Okay? Thanks, everybody, for thanking Jay for me. Jay, that was very nice of you. All right. Guys, gals, that is the fishing report right there in a nutshell. I mean, I blew through it pretty quick. We're 24 minutes in or so. But, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Just go out there and go for it. You can do it. Anybody can do this fishing. Trust me, you can. When setting a free slider, what is the best length? Can you run a free slider over any lure? Everett Farmer is asking that. Free slider legal length is 72 inches, Everett, so don't run it any longer than that. And I strongly recommend not running it over anything other than another spoon. You can run it over plugs. I've done it. You can run it over rotators. I've done it. And guess what happens most times when I do that? You get a massive tangle. So I tend to run them over spoons only. Okay? High Point Outdoors, am I still filming fishing trips? Here's the problem, Nick. That's a good question. I do have some. I have a ton of footage actually on my GoPros that are sitting right here. The problem is I have had no time to edit. You guys got to remember, I'm a one-man crew here. I am the cameraman, the director, the editor, the driver of the boat, the netter of nets, the setter of lines, the getting of the food. You name it, it's me. So, yeah, that's not a complaint. It's just the way it is. So I have not had any time to either film or edit anything out. That's why I've been doing a lot of live videos on the water. Trying to make up for that lack of content, but it's still pretty good content. But I will get back into doing some more edited videos on the water here pretty shortly, once I slow down just a little. Good question though, Nick. All right. Anyone using a Yakima spinfish? I do not. I have heard people that have. I don't know any more information about that, Phil. Jim Kaczynski, when will the new A-bomb flasher be released? Any word from Scott? I hope it's soon, because that thing did tear it up for me about 5 days ago with a, what fly was I running on there? I forget. It'll lose me, but it was definitely working. So I hope he releases it soon. Richard Peters, when you're talking about higher speeds, 2.4 to 2.7, is that speed over ground or at the ball? Definitely at the ball. Anytime I talk about speed, it's always at the ball. I shouldn't point my pen like this. This looks very, very, I don't know what. Look like a dictator or something. Yeah, Phil, a one-man operation or in a hot bite, you got your hands full without a doubt. Someone was asking about the release above or below the probe. Kirksey is asking that. So my setup is downrigger line down, probe, downrigger release below that. Aggressive pen. Yeah, it is an aggressive pen. There's Blind Osprey, my first mate's on here actually. Tim, if you remember what you were running on your divers on your side this morning, please post it on here, because I am drawing a complete blank. I'm running out of energy here on lack of sleep. But if you got a chance here, Tim, throw it in there, please. Deer Hunter's here. Good to see you, man. How you been? Leroy is here from Purple Taco Fly Supply. If you have any questions for Leroy from Purple Taco, he loves to answer them. He's right on here. Ever going to have underwater footage? Probably not unless I drop my GoPro in the water. I don't have any plans on it just now, but that doesn't mean it can't change in the future. Yeah, green goby on the rigger. I said that. What'd you have on your divers, though, Tim? If you could enlighten me on that, please. Yeah, Zach Schultz, I agree with you. Surprised how few the fish were between the 12s and the 15s. That's actually something my mate and I were talking about. You know, when we got into a heavy batch of fish this morning outside Manistee, you know, were these fish coming from Frankfurt back down? Were they coming from Manistee going north? Were they coming from Ludington and just passing Manistee? I mean, it's a good question right now. So, but yeah, I was a little surprised also how few the fish were down in that area. Do I recommend snubbers between the probe and the ball? Absolutely, Fred Bailey. There is a product called the Dead Set Release from Dreamweaver. Before I forget, I always like to say this, don't forget that Dreamweaver proudly sponsors these Sunday night live streams every Sunday. Great people, great products. Dead Set Release, made by Dreamweaver, is my #1 go-to, highly recommended product for a downrigger snubber. Check it out. I have plenty of videos showing that thing. Do I scale my spread down for pierhead fishing because of all the traffic? Yeah, absolutely. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to be that guy or that girl. Yeah, you got to scale your spread down. If I got room, I'll try to run 2 boards, but I got to run them in tight. A lot of time I'm running my 3 downriggers, 4 divers, and just 1 board out the side. That's just the way it is sometimes. Excuse me. Reds 26, what's a good line spooler to purchase for your shop? That Berkeley metering machine is what we have at Tangled Tackle, and that thing's pretty bulletproof. I don't know if you can still find them, but it seems to work pretty good. Brian Lido, I would have done well in the tourney this weekend. Thanks, Brian. I don't know if we would have or not, but it looks like there was a pretty decent turnout for the tournament. A lot of boats out there. Adam Fonstock, 50 fish in 5 days out of Manistee. Well done, Adam. Very, very nice. You and your dad. How was the Tangled Tackle tournament? Mark Pearson, great question. It was good. I think we had 18 boats. I did not get into it. I had a charter going that day, so we left a good hour and a half earlier than the normal or than the scheduled time. So we didn't get into the tournament, but 18 boats, I believe, and I think the biggest box on 5 fish was around 90 pounds, maybe somewhere in that range. So, but a nice turnout. Good food, good people. Everybody think about getting into that thing next year. There's some really, really nice prizes and some great people to just walk around and swap stories with. Jim Kosinski, anything special you do to the releases for Lakers? You're running blacks, same as I run, Jim. No, same thing. With Lakers, sometimes they tend to have a lighter bite. You might have to set or change the setting on your blacks release to get a little better release for you. All right. That name still cracks me up. Whoever private account is on here, that's a brilliant name. Very well done. Hey Hugh, how you doing? Two big ones on plugs last night, north of Onekama, White Lightning and Super Wonder Bread. Oh, well, one thing I wanted to circle back with on the Steelhead that we got this morning. I believe 2 of them came on Wonder Breads. I know at least one of them did, but I think 2 of the 3 came on Wonder Breads. So they seem to be really liking that color right now. All right, what else you guys got? If you don't have anything, we'll bust out of here. We're 250 people here. Thanks for that. 31 minutes in or so. Got a whole bunch of thumbs up, 103 thumbs up. Thanks for all those. Do I run the regular Suffix Light Core, the Suffix Micro Core? I run the Micro Core. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Wonder Bread on the diver. Caught that Steelhead, Tim. Thanks for the reminder. Do I run the same spoon on my slider as the main line? No. But more than likely, my slider is almost 99.9% of the time a super slim. I go smaller on the slider. The barrel is where exactly? Everett, if you look at a map of Lake Michigan, if you look north of Onekama, about a mile and a half north and about a mile and a half out, you'll see a great big crater right there on the map. That is the barrel. All right. Wonder Bread saves the day. Yeah, you got it, man. Chef, you nailed it. It does. How deep can I run a 12-inch flasher fly? As deep as you want, Chad. There's times I run my big flasher flies down over 150 feet on my center downrigger. So as deep as you want. All right, let's wrap it up. We'll get going here. Everybody, thanks for the thumbs up. Thumbs ups, or thumbs up? Yeah, the plural on the thumbs, I guess. Jay Fogarty, thank you for that super chat. That was super nice of you, man. Can't tell. Yeah, I know I look exhausted, guys. I'm sorry. My brain is starting to fry too. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep for 4 days, so I'll get more sleep. We'll get back to this thing next week. Let's do this again next week. 7 o'clock next Sunday. We'll do the floor wrap up for the year. I'll show you the flooring. I'll answer all your questions on it. It is nice. I love it in a nutshell, but I'm going to show you all the great things about it. Thanks to all the thumbs up. Thanks for being here on Sunday. Can't wait to do this again. We'll see you guys.